The sterile white walls of the Galactic Genetic Research Institute hummed with the quiet efficiency of 1,000 automated systems. Dr. Elsa Vorthak, a brilliant Zephyrian geneticist with silver scales that shimmered under the laboratory's artificial light, stared at her holographic display in complete bewilderment. Her triple-chambered heart was beating faster than it had in decades. "This cannot be correct," she whispered, her serpentine voice carrying the weight of disbelief. Basit Ahmed sat across from her desk, his weathered hands clasped together as he waited for the results of what should have been a simple paternity test. The 43-year-old human mechanic from Earth's outer colonies had saved for months just to afford this analysis, hoping to finally prove to his ex-wife that their daughter Zara was indeed his biological child. "Is there a problem, Doctor?" Basit asked, noticing the alien's obvious distress. Elsa's elongated fingers trembled as she manipulated the holographic DNA strand rotating before them. In her 3 centuries of genetic research across 17 different species, she had never encountered anything like this. The human sitting before her wasn't just another colonist seeking family answers. He was potentially the most significant discovery in galactic history. "Mr. Ahmed," she began carefully, her translator device struggling to convey the appropriate tone, "your DNA contains markers that shouldn't exist in any known human genome." Basit frowned. "What do you mean? Am I sick?" "Quite the opposite." Elsa pulled up historical genetic databases that few beings in the galaxy had clearance to access. "Your genetic code contains sequences that match the eternal Imperial Bloodline, a lineage that ruled the galaxy for over 50,000 years before mysteriously vanishing." The human stared at her blankly. "I'm sorry, but I think there's been some mistake. I'm a mechanic from New Mumbai Colony. My parents were farmers." Elsa's scaled hands danced over her controls, cross-referencing the data again and again. Each analysis confirmed the impossible truth. The Eternal Emperors weren't a separate species, Mr. Ahmed. They were humans. Ancient humans who possessed genetic modifications that granted them extraordinary abilities. Enhanced intelligence, extended lifespans, perfect disease resistance, and most importantly, the ability to interface directly with all known alien technologies. That's ridiculous," Basit protested, though his voice wavered with uncertainty. "Is it?" Elsa challenged, her serpentine eyes narrowing. "Tell me, have you ever gotten sick? Truly ill?" Basit opened his mouth to respond, then closed it. He couldn't remember ever being bedridden with anything worse than a minor headache. "Have you ever encountered alien technology that seemed to respond to your touch when others struggled with it?" A memory surfaced. Last month, when the Caraxian freight hauler had broken down at his shop. The alien captain had been frustrated for days trying to restart the quantum drive. But when Basit had simply placed his hand on the control panel, the entire system had hummed back to life. "When you look at complex problems," Elsa continued, "mechanical or otherwise, do solutions simply appear in your mind?" Basit's breathing grew shallow. His reputation as the best mechanic in 3 sectors wasn't just due to experience. He could diagnose problems that should have taken teams of specialists weeks to identify, often within minutes of examining a system. Elsa stood and walked to the massive window overlooking the research facility's main plaza, where dozens of alien species moved about their daily business. 50,000 years ago, the Eternal Empire collapsed overnight. The Imperial family vanished without a trace, leaving behind only legends and the greatest mystery in galactic history. Some believed they were killed by rivals. Others thought they fled to unknown space. She turned back to face him, her expression grave. But what if they didn't flee at all? What if they simply blended in, settled on some backwater world, suppressed their abilities, and lived as ordinary humans for millennia? "You're talking about my ancestors," Basit said quietly. "Not just your ancestors, you, Mr. Ahmed. According to these genetic markers, you're not merely descended from Imperial blood. You carry the complete, unbroken genetic sequence of the last emperor himself." The weight of her words settled over the room like a heavy blanket. Basit thought about his daughter Zara, about the way she seemed to understand any piece of technology she touched, about her unnaturally quick healing when she scraped her knee. "What does this mean?" he asked. Elsa's expression grew serious. "It means the galaxy has an heir to the eternal throne, whether it wants one or not. There are powers out there, Mr. Ahmed. alien factions that have spent millennia ensuring that the Empire never returns. If they discover your identity, they'll try to kill me, without hesitation. But there are also those who have waited generations for the Emperor's return. Entire civilizations that still revere the old ways, who believe that only Imperial leadership can bring true peace to the galaxy. Bassett stood up abruptly, pacing to the window. Below them, the diverse species of the Galactic Federation went about their lives, unaware that the course of their future might depend on a mechanic from a backwater human colony. "I didn't ask for this," he said finally. "The greatest leaders rarely do," Elsa replied. "But perhaps that's exactly why the galaxy needs them." She moved to her desk and retrieved a small crystalline device that pulsed with internal light. "This is an Imperial recognition key, one of the few remaining artifacts from the old Empire. If you truly carry the bloodline, it should activate at your touch." Bassett stared at the device, knowing that touching it would change everything. His simple life, his concerns about his daughter's paternity test, the comfortable routine of fixing engines and going home to his small apartment. All of it would vanish the moment he confirmed what they both already knew. He thought about Zara again, about the future she deserved. Then he thought about the galaxy, broken into countless warring factions plagued by conflicts that had raged for millennia. With steady hands, Bassett reached out and grasped the crystal. The device erupted in brilliant golden light, and for the first time in 50,000 years, the galaxy had its emperor. The age of hiding was over. The age of humanity's return to the stars had begun.